As a child, I had 2 of my Bratz dolls deported. My hobby is refurbishing vintage lawn jockeys. People think I'm all in on Trump, but some of the voices in my head like Jill Stein. I think Michael Jackson faked the moonwalking.
Ever told a joke that accidentally started World War III? Well, Bill Maher just did. His quip about Trump and Laura Loomer has MAGA Nation foaming at the mouth. If you've ever wondered what it's like to have millions of people mad at you over a joke, stick around. We're about to take a wild ride through the land of easily offended Trump fans. Before we move on, I'd like to ask you a small favor. If you appreciate this content, please take a second to like this video and subscribe to the channel. Over 98% of you watch the videos without subscribing. It costs you nothing, but it makes a huge difference to us. So did you click the subscribe button? Great. Thank you so much. Now, back to the video. Imagine this. The late night zinger master, Bill Maher, is roasting Trump as usual. His audience is going absolutely nuts as he drops joke after joke. On the other hand, he surprises everyone by dropping a bomb.
This Laura Loomer, I don't know if you know anything about her, but I mean, this is, yeah. I mean, I want to go through the list of conspiracy theorists, but we thought this would be a good week to get the audience to know her a little better. My biggest fear is immigrants taking my job as a right-wing hate monger. I don't hate all brown people, just the brown ones. For example, my spirit animal was eaten by Haitians.
Trump may marry Laura Loomer if he was that desperate, Maher joked. Crickets, initially. No one seems to care. It is Bill Maher, isn't it? Nothing escapes him. Until the MAGA sphere detonates, like a delayed fuse. This is the equivalent of Maher trash-talking their beloved Mountain Dew flavor, or their favorite WWE wrestler. Trump's devoted followers go completely insane in the time it takes to utter kofef. So, why is this so significant? What was it about this joke that caused such a stir? It appears that combining Trump, marriage, and Laura Loomer is as explosive as a lit match. Laura Loomer isn't a made-up name that Maher chose at random. She's an extreme right-wing character who's as divisive as pineapple on pizza, only without the deliciousness.
Fantastic woman, a true patriot, Laura Loomer. Laura, thank you. Thank you. Thank you, Laura.
Every damn day we see another story about illegal aliens going to the Ritz-Carlton, illegal aliens getting free flights, illegal aliens getting free clothes and free cell phones, and someone's going to snap. Kamala Harris gets elected as president of the United States. We are going to have an Islamic caliphate in this country.
The tinfoil hat brigade would be embarrassed by Loomer's reputation for spreading wild conspiracy ideas. More social media platforms have banned her than a spam bot on steroids. However, for Trump's most ardent followers, she represents the ideal of a digital Joan of Arc, standing firm in opposition to the corrupt liberal media hegemony. Maher wasn't merely making fun of Trump's romantic life when she said he might be desperate enough to marry her. It was as if he had inserted a stick into a hornet's nest and then plunged his head inside for further precaution. As far as the MAGA faithful were concerned, it was a slight against their revered leader and one of their most vocal supporters. And let me tell you, they made sure Maher knew it. On July 4th, Twitter went all Christmas tree bright. It didn't take long for Trump's base to start demanding that HBO be cut ties as quickly as cancel culture. It seemed as if, rather than buzzing, a swarm of enraged bees were tweeting in all capital letters. The worst part is that it was merely a joke in Maher's act, as far as everything was concerned. Like yesterday's memes, he likely assumed it would garner a laugh before disappearing. Rather, it devolved into a political flashpoint, causing conservatives across Twitter to react with outrage.
Toss his boxy clown suits on the front lawn. Just tell him I'm leaving you and I'm taking our child. He would be stunned. We have a child? Now, I know I'm probably dreaming and Melania isn't going to do any of this, but what if she had someone to do it with? Divorce is always easier in pairs. What if you had a buddy, Melania? Mrs. Rupert Murdoch, Jerry Hall. And you two have a lot in common. Your husbands are ruining the world.
Looks like our beloved orange-haired reality TV star just had to drop by the celebration, folks. Trump, the man who seems to like a good dispute, chimed in on Bill Maher's joke, as expected. The catch, though, is this. It was unable to access Trump's preferred digital megaphone, Twitter. The playground that Donnie loves so much has forbidden him. How can a cranky Trumpy be accommodated? You are now seeing Trump's personal social media site, Truth Social. You might compare it to Twitter, but instead of fact-checking, there are more MAGA caps. Before you could say "cuff," Trump jumped on his digital soapbox, prepared to unleash his dry humor. Regarding Bill Maher, I mean to say that he is a low IQ individual. Did you spend the entire night mulling over that brilliant idea, Donald? Maher is probably shaking in his comedic shoes right now.
It's not anti-feminist to say that in addition to doing everything men can do intellectually, women also have another power. The power of the ultimatum. In the ancient Greek play Lysistrata, women end a war by denying sex to their men. It was the original Bush doctrine. President Hellboy has proved to be impervious to facts, reason, shame, and the law. But maybe if you left him for another man, especially if that man was Mexican.
Truth Social, though, is a bit like yelling into thin air. Conversely, speaking into a vacuum using a megaphone. For example, attempting to establish a funeral conga line. The idea is clear. Since the platform's user base is far smaller than Twitter's, Trump's insults aren't as effective as they once were. Even yet, Trump's devoted following shared his message at a rate greater than the speed of fake news. They appeared to be standing by their phones, prepared to protect their beloved leader's honor at any given moment.
Cavemen like Trump and Murdoch can't handle one thing: an ego lashing. Rupert has been married 4 times, Trump 3. Some guys just can't be alone. It's like how some guys get used to being in prison. When you're Donald Trump, wives don't leave you, you leave them. He would fall apart if she ever said, "Donald, there's nothing keeping me here. I can't love what you have become, and I found where you hid my passport."
Did you hear what Trump said about Bill Maher? They likely muttered to one another, their MAGA hats visibly trembling with expectation. However, Trump's reply looked strange. He looked genuinely irritated, as if Maher's joke had touched a sensitive spot. Perhaps what really irritated him was the mere suggestion of marriage. The Trump family's marriage history is far from simple, after all. A Mar-a-Lago turnstile spins your head faster than 3 marriages in several affairs. Perhaps it was the sheer audacity of Maher to make any sort of joke about Trump. No one ever said our ex-president had a thick skin or could laugh at himself. The odds of him laughing at a comedian's jokes are lower than the odds of him suing them. Considering he had a cameo in Home Alone 2, it's as if he considers being the punchline to be beneath his dignity. The MAGA party went into full-blown breakdown mode when Bill Maher's joke about Trump and Laura Loomer irritated some people. No one foresaw that a casual comment might spark such a controversy. However, the most shocking part is that this entire incident demonstrates the continued power of comedians in the realm of politics. Like contemporary court jesters, these comics poke fun at the bear and make us think while we chortle uncontrollably. They're causing a stir and encouraging people to talk about serious issues. It's not all jokes. Are Stephen Colbert and Jon Stewart still in your memory? Those guys had great one-liners and were practically political superstars. You might be learning more about politics from a late-night show than from those posh newscasters, so keep that in mind the next time you tune in. With a strong sense of humor and a microphone, who needs a degree in political science?